Cool. And what is your name, sir?
I'm Garrett.
And I'm Ivy.
All right. And y'all just attended Haunted Texas Paranormal's overnight investigation here at the Whispering Cottage in Mineral Wells, Texas. Mm-hmm. And how was it?
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Awesome
this
stuff.
is probably like my first time with like any like paranormal tour or like anything like that, and it was pretty mind blowing, honestly. Very eye opening, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Mineral Wells is pretty historic. It's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, I thought it was cool to see all the different. You always hear about the hotel and hear about that, and there's 6 or 7 other buildings in town that are almost just as haunted, and you don't ever hear about them. And you look at them, and they're just as nearly as massive, and as just you look at them and you're like, wow. And they've got just as much paranormal activity going on. And then here at this house, I had noticed, I've done walkthroughs before, but never an actual investigation. And soon after coming in, I just felt terrible. I had no energy. I felt dizzy. I drained. That's the best way I can describe it.
Absolutely.
I was just bleh. I was kind of a little stumbly, and I was getting cold sweats.
You know, when you were sitting down, I handed you the Ovilus to use for the night.
Uh-huh.
You were out of it. You didn't
Yeah.
even look like yourself. I saw that.
Yeah,
I was pale. I felt like I was
he was
pale and
lethargic.
But
Very
lethargic.
Perfect
Well,
word.
I sat down in a chair in the corner up in the upstairs in one of the rooms, and earlier one of the investigators had told us about she had an incident where she felt similar, and one of the previous owners had a pet dog that was known for kind of chasing off, I guess you could say, spirits. It would bark and run them off, and then it would, they would kind of go away. And after that dog died, he said he still noticed that it would do that. Well, she said one time that she was feeling the same way, and an orb had ran past her, and then she started feeling better within minutes. And that same thing happened to me, and we actually caught it on camera. I was sitting in that chair, and that orb runs past me, and I just, within about 60 seconds, I was back to normal, and I got up and walked around, and I was back into moving around and investigating.
Right, like it never happened.
Like it never happened.
And when I handed you the Ovilus, what was the word, the first word that came out of the Ovilus as soon as I handed it to you?
Well, I mean, it had a few different ones.
What was the first?
Sick.
No,
What
it was Satan.
Satan. That's right. The first word.
The first word.
It was
The
Satan.
first word that I had to you
It was
is
Satan.
Satan, and then wish.
And then wish, and then a few minutes later, it kind of, I really started getting it, and it said sick,
Mm-hmm.
and then it said gateway, and that was
heavy.
and I felt very, and I think that was a few minutes before, right before we kind of got up in the attic a little bit, and we had seen what appeared to be something looked like it was.
Change.
What was that device we were using? The
SLS camera?
SLS camera. It looked like that stick figure that it makes out. Looks like something was stuck on the wall.
Stuck on the wall, like
Chained
it's
to
like
it.
it's bound to that.
And
It's bound to that area.
And you were asking, are you chained to the wall? And it was saying iron. I think it said stuck.
Yeah.
And then I had walked into that room and it said help.
Like it wants to be helped to be
Like
freed.
it wants to be helped. And then that's when I
Like,
sat down.
Almost too much of a coincidence.
And it
Yeah.
said,
History and like overall like so much to like view and see and learn about, and it's just
Between
a
the-
great thing to do.
Yeah,
Great
I
date
think-
night.
yeah. I think between that hotel there, the 2 main hotels, the 2 hospitals, the mineral water place, and there's a couple other factories and stuff, and you just get a feeling.
It's a very
When you pull,
yes.
when you pull into town, you get this like pull from the hotel there.
Yeah.
It just, you feel it.
It calls to you.
It calls to you, and it's like glaring down at you
Mhm.
because you can see it from nearly all over town.
Absolutely.
And it glares down onto you, and you just feel like there's some presence
Mhm.
pulling from that. There's such a spiritual thing coming from it, and it's pretty crazy.